Alright, what's going on everybody? It's Man Box, That's Fight Media, coming at you guys with another video. You guys already know what time it is. It's time to bring on that boxing. Today we're going to be talking about Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, the mega fight going down July 29th in Las Vegas, Nevada at the T-Mobile Arena. Make sure you guys tune in, buy that pay-per-view. I think tickets might already be sold out. I saw the cheapest ticket was around $400 in the nosebleeds. It could be, I'm sure it's only going up from there, so get your tickets if you still can. Probably not, but if you can't go to the fight, make sure you buy the pay-per-view because this is going to be a big one. This could be fight of the year. I'm really excited about it, but let's get into whether or not Errol Spence or Terence Crawford is going to win the fight, because I personally pick Errol to win. I've talked to a lot of people within the sport of boxing, surrounding the sport, and I've listened to their analysis and breakdowns, and I respect everybody who's been able to make a clear prediction for Errol Spence or for Terence Crawford. But I got Errol Spence winning that fight. Errol Spence is just he's so fundamentally sound. I understand that Terence Crawford may seem like the more talented fighter, but that doesn't mean he's going to win the fight. You could be the more talented fighter and still come up short. The thing that separates Errol from Terence is that I believe that Errol Spence is very fundamentally sound, and that's something that is going to come into play when it comes to defense. I think the defense is going to set up his offense. He's going to be digging to the body, and that jab, he's a southpaw. Terence Crawford likes to switch, but either way, I think that jab's going to be a problem for Errol. He could land it against a southpaw or an orthodox fighter, and it's always been a problem for a lot of fighters. Terence, I think the keys for him are going to be, the footwork, the hand speed, changing the angles, because if you notice, I'm not saying Errol's flat-footed, because, sometimes people just fight like that. That's just his style. He likes to dig to the body, turn off to the side. He still has good feet, but they're pretty heavy, when he's fighting, and that's obvious. He stands in that wide southpaw stance, and I think that if Terence, causes Errol to turn a lot, then it could be a lot of problems for Errol. But the thing is that I trust in Errol Spence's defense so much, to the point that I really do think that it's going to set up his offense. Bud's been vulnerable before. They both have, but I think that Bud's genuinely been knocked down and hurt by Gamboa, and Igas Velasquez, the Mean Machine. So there are issues between both guys, but I got to go with Errol Spence. Terence Crawford has been hurt by guys in lower weight classes. I'm not saying that he's going to get hurt in this fight, but I'm just saying that I expect Errol Spence to hurt him. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's what I expect. Because based off styles, I think Errol Spence is the taller. He's the physically stronger guy, in my opinion. Everyone's saying that Bud might be the stronger guy, but I think it's Errol. And we're going to see when those clinches are initiated. I'm curious to see how either guy handles it. It could be like a wrestling match. We might be looking at a case where whoever's the physically stronger guy takes a toll on the other, takes a lot of energy away from the other guy, and that's the kind of fight that everyone looks forward to seeing. And I think there's going to be a lot of chess in the first few rounds, and then at some point one fighter is going to land something big. I think Errol Spence is going to put a beating on Terence Crawford, to be honest with you, and we're going to see that there are levels to it. I'm going to go with the guy that's fundamentally sound. You could have more tools. Everyone's saying Terence has more tools. He has more assets to work with, but against a guy that only needs a certain number of tools and is kind of mastered them. He's probably the best I've ever seen when it comes to the strict fundamentals of boxing, and I think it's going to take him a long way in the Terence Crawford fight. That's why I pick him to win. I think that Terence Crawford, is going to wait for Errol to make a mistake. Obviously, that's definitely what's going to happen, but I think that he's so fundamentally and defensively sound and disciplined that it's going to be hard to land anything on him. It's going to be hard to land anything clean. I think he learned from the Ugas fight that he has to stay alert at all times, not make that rookie mistake of, if your mouthpiece comes out, you can't think that there's going to be a break automatically against Ugas, and then, he stopped paying attention for one moment, and then he got caught with something, and, didn't get really hurt. You could say he got rocked, but, he didn't react terribly. It wasn't like, about to get dropped or something like that. He fell into the ropes, but let's be real, that was a shot where, he wasn't paying attention. I don't anticipate that to happen again. So I got to go with, Errol Spence. Errol Spence is that guy. He's just the corner as well. You got Bomac and you got Derek James. Derek James is very fundamentally sound. He's going to make sure Errol, he's going to make sure Errol has that perfect game plan for Terence. And Terence I'm just saying, guys, you know, you guys might be surprised. I really do think that this fight is going to be a little bit wider than people think in favor of Errol Spence because, you know, I believe that Terence is more talented. Everyone likes to use the Sean Porter fight as the kind of reference for why Terence is going to win. But, you know, tell us something we don't know. We know that he switches stances. You think that Errol's not going to prepare for that? He has the best corner in boxing with Derek James. I'm not worried about that. You know how badly Errol wants to win this fight and how badly Terence wants to win this fight. It's going to come down to, you know, who's got that more patience and the responsibility. You know, I think Terence sometimes fights with too much emotion and, you know, fights with his heart rather than his mind, and I think that it served him well up until this point. Obviously, he stopped all of his opponents at, you know, welterweight, but I think this is a different breed. You know, Earl's a different guy. You're not fighting just any other fighter anymore. This is Errol Spence Jr. Like, I don't know. I just really do see Errol Spence, you know, beating Terence Crawford in convincing fashion. I don't think it's very close. You know, I think he could even stop Terence, to be honest with you guys. I think that Terence Crawford, we've seen him be chinny against guys who are, you know, in lower weight divisions. So getting hit by a guy that's 147 pounds, you know, ready to go up to 154 in Errol Spence, I got to go with Errol. And that's just my prediction. I got Errol by, you know, late stoppage. You know, no disrespect to Terence. I'm still a big Terence Crawford fan. I like these guys both. I don't really want to see either guy lose, but someone's got to go. Someone's O's got to go, and I think it's going to be Terence's O. You know, I think Errol really is the truth. He's overcome so much adversity in his life, and I think that's going to, you know, take him a long way. And he doesn't take tune-ups. You know, he was active when nobody else thought he would be. You know, going off from his detached retina, could have fought anybody. Fought, you know, Danny Garcia. You know, the car accident, everything. You know, was willing to fight Manny Pacquiao straight off. You know, like there was so much that he's gone through, and he's came back from so much that, you know, I trust. You know, in him, I trust in his character, I trust in his IQ, his boxing IQ, you know, in his decision making, and I trust in his corner so much that, you know, I'm willing to bet that Errol Spence beats Terence Crawford in a decisive fashion. So let me know in the comments who you guys have, Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford. Obviously, I'm going with Errol, and I'm sticking by that pick, standing by it. But let me know what you guys think. I know there are a lot of Bud fans, so obviously let me know in the comments. You guys are gonna, you know, start clapping back at me, and I'll be reading them and maybe responding to a few of them if I can get to all of them. I read all the comments, so let me know, you know, what you guys think, what you guys agree with, what you guys disagree with. We don't have to disagree. I'm not bashing Terence Crawford. I just think Errol Spence is the better fighter and is going to get the best of Terence on that night. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
That's going to do it for another Naz Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.